Be me. Used to be 27, living life as a single woman, and I made sure everyone knew it. Been always attracted to women. Dated a bit here and there, was always easy finding partners, but figured most women around me were straight anyway. So somehow, my best shot to get with them and other women would be if I became a man? I think I'm pretty dominant by nature too, so it adds up. But I feel life is so unfair. We don't have the same privileges men do. We're so lucky to have good education and the internet now, so that the world will know the truths on gender privileges. I'm always posting about how men have it easy. No periods, no emotional labor, no harassment. That last one was caused by men, in fact, since when do women harass people? Men just get favored high-paying jobs and given physical strength. I'd always rant to my friends, if men work 40 hours, women work 160, mental load included. Girlfriends always told me I'd be a good lawyer because of how fair my arguments are. Being a lawyer should be easier as a man too, I think. Been always thinking of transitioning. Seemed to be a calling, as a woman, to have the authority a man does. I'd say one of my biggest motivators to transition wasn't identity. It was principle. I wanted to escape being the one expected to carry the world on my back. I thought men got to dodge so many bullshit expectations. After transitioning to Eli, I expected a weight lifted off me. At first, it was thrilling. I'd walk into a bar, bartender identified me as male, smiled politely. I felt seen. I felt safe. But almost immediately, the pressure began. Being a man came with its own horror show, and this is the stuff they don't tell you. So please think this through if any of you are thinking of transitioning. So naturally, once the paperwork settled and the hormones kicked in, my next step was dating. Because if being a man meant less pressure, surely dating as one would be heaven. I mean, women are emotionally intelligent, empathetic, deep communicators. They listen. They nurture. That's what I always believed. All my life, I said, if I ever dated, I'd date a woman. Men don't deserve me. So now, being Eli, I was excited. Ready to be embraced, respected, understood. I downloaded Hinge, Bumble, all that. Wrote a soft, thoughtful profile. Love nature, deep talks, looking for connection, even used warm photos with dogs and cozy sweaters. Was honestly kind of proud, like, this is what women deserve. And I was going to show them, men could be gentle too. Cast the net wide, ready for soft girls and deep convos. Day 1 on the apps, not a single match. Cool. New account, maybe algorithm warming up. Day 2, still nothing. Even increased the distance range. Started questioning if the photos were off. Nah, they were fine. I'm decent looking regardless of my gender LOL. Tried changing one to a gym pic, still crickets. Day 3, got a match. Hot jumps. Finally. Message her. Decide to use my best pickup line. Hey, are you French? Because Eiffel for you. Honestly, this one was too good, man. She replies, hi, then sends link. Check my pics here. Bro, what even? It was some OnlyFans bot. Nice. This is just fantastic. Day 4, starting to lose my patience. Could be these male hormones acting up. Ugh. Finally match with real person. Named Olivia. Bio says 5'10 plus only. Ambitious. No 9 to 5 mindset. I'm 5 feet, 8 inches. Lied. We chat. She dry as toast. One word answers. LOL. Maybe. I don't know. Ask about hobbies. Vibing. What does that mean? I try to keep conversation flowing. She says, you're kinda okay for a guy, LOL? Kinda? Okay? I suggest we meet. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? She agrees. Says she's been craving sushi. I say sure. She picks the place. Downtown. Pricey. Has a parking valet. Nervous but excited. Show up 10 minutes early. She shows up 12 minutes late. Barely says hi. On her phone half the time. Doesn't ask a single question about me. Waiter comes. She says, I'll have the spicy tuna, salmon, and the eel roll, and a lychee martini. I get 1 roll and water. Try to talk. She keeps saying, yeah. Then looks at phone again. Disaster of a date. This must be how people interact these days. I'm sure men would be worse though. They're always on their phones, LOL. I pay the bill. Hurts. But I'm playing the game, right? Walk her out. She says, my place is 20 minutes out. You're dropping me off, right? I say sure. But guys, is this normal? Is chauffeur service expected of men even on the first date? Don't even know if I can call this a date. Silence the whole drive. Drop her off. She says, thanks. door shuts. No hug, no text me, nothing. Next day, ghosted. Unmatched. That was $83 gone for a girl that used my time, gas, money, and gave me zero soul in return. I thought women were nurturing. I genuinely thought dating would be easier on this side. Must have been a bad one off, though. Men always talk about data. Well, data shows that you can't base everything on one encounter. There is no way all men experience this, and still chase women like a tiger with some fresh prey. I'm missing something for sure, but dating women as a man is kind of hitting me like a truck. Thought it would be empowering, fulfilling. Instead, it felt like the saddest, most empty thing ever. Especially after what I've been used to when I was a woman. Few days go by, still no new matches, just bots, feet pic sellers, and profiles that haven't been active since 2021. Starting to feel invisible. As a woman, I used to get 70 likes in an hour. Now I'm swiping like a lottery addict with nothing to show. Rage download Tinder Gold, $29.99 for the month. Can't believe I just paid real money just to feel slightly desired. Men's World. Capitalism like this is made by them, and I'm paying for it. How great. Now have unlimited swipes, and see who likes me. It's one person. Click the profile and see it's a couple looking for a third person to have a threesome. Bruh. Keep scrolling, keep hoping. Finally, a few days later, ding. Got a match. Girl named Bree. She's okay looking, I guess. Pretty well rounded, but I like plus size bodies anyway because I'm not fat phobic like most men. Bree's bio says, foodie, cat mom, fluent in sarcasm. Alright, sure, shoot my shot, let's see where this goes. Chat starts, she replies quick, surprised to be honest. Most conversations died after, hey. Bree hits me with, so what do you do? I tell her I work logistics at a small firm. She says, oh, at least you're not one of those crypto guys. Lol, okay, fair. We talk about movies. She's into rom-coms, says she's a hopeless romantic, says she's just tired of boys who don't know how to treat a woman. I say, I feel that. She sends a heart emoji. Brain starts floating a little. She asks, so do you drive? I say, yeah. She says, good. Last guy made me Uber to our date. Then, you'd pick me up, right? I laugh and say, of course. She says, good. Men should be gentlemen. Pause. Little red flag, but whatever. She says, I'm so over broke dudes. If a man can't afford dinner, he shouldn't be dating. Lol, okay, queen? I ignore it. Still feels nice to be wanted, or at least to go out with a woman, even if it's low-key conditional. We make plans for Friday. Part of me is excited. Part of me is wondering how expensive this is about to get. Don't want an Olivia situation again, of course. Friday rolls around. I iron my shirt, spray the good cologne, clean out my car, even though she might not notice. I pick her up just after sunset. She's wearing heels and a nice dress. Might be a bit too tight, though. Smells expensive. Says, this place better be good, before even buckling in. Traffic's heavy. She's scrolling TikTok. I ask what kind of food she likes. She says, surprise me, which usually means read my mind and still pay. I park near this tapas place she once posted on her story. I do my research and plan, unlike men. She says, oh, I've been wanting to try here. Good. Maybe I chose right? The place is dim lit, candles, jazzy music, intimate but not too much. The hostess seats us. She instantly opens the wine list. She orders wine without asking, grabs the menu like she's shopping. Me, I'll just have a water. Her, you're not hungry? Me, I'm kind of budgeting. She blinks. Like I said, I kick puppies for fun. Awkward energy. She orders like it's a buffet. I know I'm screwed. Bill comes. She doesn't flinch, not even a fake reach. I pay, drive her home. Not even a thank you. Just a text me when you get home, like I'm the valet. Get home, sit in the dark, check bank app like a trauma victim. $103 gone for 2 hours of pretending I wasn't spiraling. I text my friend, first date done. They say, did you guys get along? I say, she got along with the lobster ravioli. No follow-up text from her, not even a meme or a had fun. So I text first. She takes hours to reply, says, sorry I fell asleep. At 9:14 p.m. Okay, cool, believable. Love that. Next day she sends, so when are you taking me out again? No smiley, no softness, just a demand in disguise. I say, we could go bowling maybe. She leaves me on red for a bit, then hits back with, "You, bowling is so 2013. I thought it'd be fun, chill." She goes, "You know, that's not aesthetic," suggested an art gallery. She goes, "Only if you Uber me there." How did I go from seeking partnership to being a logistics service with a beard? Every text felt like a transaction. This is the second time this has happened now. I'm starting to break down inside. Have I made a mistake? Used to laugh at guys who said dating was expensive. I'm now down so much money in 2 weeks and still haven't been kissed or even touched. What the hell? Then came work. My job used to be hybrid. Little admin here, little analysis there. Since I look like a guy now, they keep asking me to move stuff, lift things, carry monitors, rearrange tables, like I was promoted to unpaid forklift. I said once, "Hey, I've got back issues." They laughed, said, "You're a dude now, no excuses." Had to ice my spine that night. And the worst part, no emotional check-ins. As a woman, people asked, "Are you okay?" Now it's just, "You good?" Once. And if you nod, that's it. Nobody circles back. Lunch breaks now silent. Used to share stories with co-workers. Now it's dudes scrolling ESPN, talking cars and crypto. Not a word about feelings. If I say, "I feel overwhelmed," they stare, like I just moaned at a funeral. Tried bonding with one guy, talked about how I miss my family sometimes. He literally replied, "Toughen up." Great. Guess I'll bottle this up until I die. Next day, a guy at work named Marcus notices I'm off. Says, "You good, bro?" I fake smile. Say, "Just tired." He nods. Doesn't push. Later that week, he buys me a coffee, hands it to me without saying anything, sits next to me on break, starts talking about his last breakup, how she left him after he got laid off, how he didn't cry but he wanted to, says, "We don't really get to be soft." I just nod. Can't speak. Realize he didn't need to give advice, just his honesty was enough. Maybe guys don't talk because no one ever listens, not because they don't feel. Never thought I'd feel safest opening up to a man. Then there's being in public. This one stung more than I expected. As a woman, people smiled more. Random ladies helped if I dropped something. Men held doors. Now, I'm a threat. Women clutch their bags around me. They avoid eye contact. One even crossed the street while I was walking behind her. Not even close. I was like a block behind. I asked for directions once. Lady stared at me like I was a serial killer. I said, "Never mind," walked away, felt ashamed, and I wasn't even doing anything, just existing. But now I'm scary. Also, try getting help when you're in distress. Car broke down last week. Stood outside with hood up, watched 4 people drive by. No one stopped. Felt invisible. As a woman, people would ask, "Need help?" Now I look like I should know how to fix it myself. It's not that funny. I got misgendered a lot before. That hurt. But this, being fully seen as a man and realizing what comes with it, this hurts differently. Nobody sees you. Nobody checks on you. Nobody assumes you're struggling. They just assume you're fine. Because you're a man. Met up with old girlfriends for brunch. Used to be our little therapy sessions. Hug-filled, soft voices, shared dessert. Now it's jokes about men. And me. Don't act like you don't know how guys are. You're one of them now. I laugh along, but inside, I'm not one of them. Not like that. They don't tell me things anymore. They don't cry around me. One even said, "Can't vent with him here, he's a guy now." Like I lost access to emotion. To softness. Gender wasn't supposed to be a wall, but it feels like I'm locked out of my own friend group and no one left a key. And I can't even complain without sounding weak. That's the catch. You're supposed to be solid. The provider, the protector, the planner. If you crack even once, they vanish. I transitioned hoping to escape, but now I feel trapped in a new box. A silent one. One where you give and give and give, and no one asks if you're tired. I know some of you are probably thinking, you're just not used to it. Maybe. But should anyone have to get used to this? Am I not human too? Don't I get overwhelmed? Is this what masculinity is supposed to mean? To suffer in silence so others can smile? I passed by a mirror in the work bathroom and caught my reflection. There were bags under my eyes, and my jaw was clenched. I looked like someone who's given up, but still shows up anyway. I opened my phone and Googled, "How hard is it to detransition?" I closed it immediately, not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't want to admit, to myself, that I thought life would be easier. That I'd now do anything, just to feel cared for again. I always said my transition was about identity. But maybe, deep down, I just wanted someone to take over for once. I whispered to myself, I didn't know. I thought I was escaping. I was just switching prisons. And this one? It's so much worse. I look in the mirror and I see Eli, my name, my face. But part of me wonders, did I transition from being unseen to being invisible? Marcus texted me a meme once when I was down. Just a dumb cat video, but I smiled. Then he invited me to a food truck spot after work. When he saw me hesitate, he said, "My treat." I almost cried. No one has said that to me since I transitioned. We sat on a bench, eating quietly. Then he looked over and said, "You seem like you carry too much." I couldn't answer. I was too afraid that if I opened my mouth, the dam would break. That night, I replayed everything. Every girl who used me, every guy who ignored me, and this one man who just showed up. Something in me cracked, not in a bad way. I saw men differently. I saw love differently. And I started wondering, what if I had it all wrong? What if it's not that men lack love, but that women never gave it? I started seeing Marcus, not just as kind, but as safe. And I liked that. More than I expected. I'm not saying I regret everything, but I regret assuming it would be easier, because it's not. It's just different, and brutally quiet. Should I transition back? Get the privileges I didn't even know I had back? I don't know. What would you do if you were in my shoes?